Dear students, I have shared the essay by Hilaire Belloc in praise of ignorance with you on the WhatsApp group. I've also shared the meanings of the difficult words there. I have done a reading of the essay and shared on the YouTube channel of the college. Let us understand what the writer says in the essay. A brief note on the author. Joseph Hilaire Pierre Belloc was born in France of Anglo-French parentage in 1870. He was educated in England, Oxford, and attained the status of one of the finest writers of English prose during the early years of the century. Chesterton and Belloc were close friends and shared a deep love for tradition and the quick eye to pinpoint and expose the evils of modern society. Belloc was a versatile writer. Besides essays, he produced notable works in history, literature of travel, and literature for children. He also composed poems and a novel. Belloc's prose style is on the whole free from journalistic peculiarities, though many of his essays were originally written for newspapers and periodicals. He is at heart a scholar, and even through the rambling style of his essays, the reader can mark the love of life, well-assimilated scholarship, and intellectual maturity of the essayist. Belloc is a master of both long and short sentences. In a long sentence, he is usually emotional and poetic. In a short sentence, he is frequently ironical. Both these aspects, however, are beautifully integrated. The cream of Belloc's essays are included in his volumes on nothing, on anything, and on something. The essay in praise of ignorance, written by Hilaire Belloc, and it appears in his volume of essays on nothing, on anything, and on something. Although the topic deals with the virtues of ignorance, there is enough evidence of the writer's vast learning. Belloc, in this essay, attempts to reconcile us to the limitations of man. He makes ignorance a positive attribute instead of a negative one. By giving examples, he tries to prove that it is not possible to master everything, and there will always be things, subjects, etc., that we will be ignorant of. He asks the reader to make a list of subjects on which he could competently deal with, and then compare it to the list of things about which he knows nothing about. Surely the second list would make him realize the vast, the oceanic prospect of the things of which he knows nothing. Belloc tells the reader that there is nothing to feel bad or embarrassed about this. The knowledge of one's ignorance, according to him, is a positive quality. It is a great thing to possess a true knowledge of one's ignorance. What the writer is trying to tell is that if we assume that we know everything, then we stop learning, we stop growing, and we stagnate. But if we admit to ourselves that we still do not know a lot of things, then the sky is ours to discover. We will continue to learn and grow. The writer takes up a lot of space to prove his point of view by giving examples of things which usually most men are unaware of. He also takes a dig at the modern system of examination, which is handicapping learners instead of equipping them with knowledge and skills. By these examples, he brings in humor into the essay. He puts himself too on the side of the ignorant folks who get a glaring picture of their lack of knowledge when they appear for examinations. There is one more humorous incident about the student of divinity who gives monosyllabic answers to the questions asked. The writer also says that it is important to appear for examinations, as the soul receives great profit by correction of this kind. No man who has been examined but has at least come upon the knowledge of his own ignorance, which is the beginning of learning. It is only at the end of the essay that the writer actually comes to the point and tells the reader the merits of being ignorant. He writes that the chief attribute of ignorance is its power to flood the mind with happiness. Ignorance is a very draught of beatitude, he says. By this, Belloc means that ignorance leads us to happiness, contentment, adventure, and bliss. We are happy because we are ignorant of the thoughts of our friends, family, neighbors, etc. We are happy because we are not aware of what the future holds for us. We are happy when we suddenly come across something unexpected. This is a state of supreme blessedness. If we could read other people's thoughts or knew what fate had in store for us, we would lose feelings of trust, of friendship and love. We would be suspicious of all around us and live in constant dread. All our loves, all our hero worships, all our dreams of coming peace, all our visions of fortune are the fruits of ignorance, Belloc writes. Another important positive virtue of ignorance is that it allows us to explore, to be adventurous, to ask questions and discover answers, and thus generate new knowledge. The world would become a static, stagnant place if we stopped learning, experimenting, and discovering new truths, facts every day. Were not men ignorant of what lay before them, no one would face adventure, he writes. So Belloc reconciles us to our lack of awareness, to our ignorance. It is, according to him, a constant source of pleasure. It keeps us grounded and at the same time alive. So read the essay, listen to the reading of the essay, and then listen very carefully to this analysis of the essay. Thank you.